What up, Salvador Brinkman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystifying YouTube channel, but we talk about way more on this channel besides just crowdfunding. We really get into selling products online, but I'd say even deeper than that, helping people reach their full potential, whether you're a business owner, a creator, an inventor, an entrepreneur, helping you get to that next level because you're trying to show up in a way that's different than your peers. And not only that, the people that are a member of my community and you know who you are, you're willing to put in the work as well. So I get a lot of ambitious people that are reaching out to me literally every single day. It's like one of the coolest part of my job to be able to work with all these different types of people, coaching students, etc. You can always reach me if you go to my website, crowdcrux.com. You can reach out to me there and you can send me an email if you do have a question of some kind. But one of the questions that I got recently was from a very ambitious student, and he was saying, Sal, can I run multiple crowdfunding campaigns at the same time, or am I going to disrupt the order, right, of crowdfunding? So I want to answer that in today's YouTube video, and it's coming up right after this. Oh man, I love this question. And that's because that I'm just like you. Like, I want to not only grow my business into the future, but impact thousands of lives around the world. And I've been wanting to do that since I was very little, even just starting in this business, in this career since 2012 with my blog, crowdcrux.com, and then starting with my podcast in 2015, and then this YouTube channel, putting out books, courses. I've literally written 10 books, right, on different subjects, 4 of them which are on crowdfunding. So it is my mission. I am so enthusiastic when I meet someone else who also is a hustler, someone else who also follows through with their dreams and really marches on forward towards their goals. So today's question, I really want to get into this and really understand, is this something that's even a good strategy? And when does it make sense to run multiple crowdfunding campaigns at the same time? Okay, so first off, there are different types of people that are in the community. So I'm going to be really aiming this question, I'd say, at the vast majority of people who are just kind of getting started with their crowdfunding campaign efforts. And usually they're like, Sal, I think this could be like a really sneaky idea, which is to run one campaign on one platform and one other campaign on another platform. And that way I can take advantage or use both audiences when I am raising money. So when it comes to that style of the question, the first thing that I'll say is that yes, there are distinct audiences, for example, on GoFundMe versus Kickstarter versus Indiegogo versus WeFunder versus Patreon, and I can go on and on and on, right, when it comes to that list. But the thing here is it's really about your time, your preparation, the amount of work that it takes to actually get a campaign together. And if you've been watching my videos for a little bit, you should already know that it's going to take you a pre-launch, right? In order to do a couple of months before you're actually going live with this. It's going to take you time to then assemble the video, the campaign page. So doing 2 campaigns at the same time, it can almost be like dizzying, that effect. It's just so much work, so much coordination, so many action items. And also, if it's the same product which you're using, it's going to be very difficult for you to get those 2 communities engaged at the exact same time. And they might look at one or look at the other, and they'd really be comparing and really wondering, is there a different deal on one of these sites? Is there another deal? And a confused person, you can write this down if you got a notebook, definitely write this down. A confused person never buys. So it's kind of like you're dividing your attention, your time, and your resources between 2 campaigns. And unfortunately, that's just not really the right way to approach a launch, because probably what's going to end up happening is you're going to be launching both of them haphazardly. That being said, I have made this mistake myself in focusing on too many different products, on focusing on too many different marketing channels, on spreading myself too thin. And for me, this kind of came, I guess, into the picture, me being adopted from El Salvador. So for those of you who don't know, I am adopted from El Salvador, and it's a third world country. And being raised in America, I always had this like fire underneath me to really want to be able to march into the room and be able to say that I've accomplished these incredible things. And I've always had this massive hustle, right, behind everything that I'm doing, because I knew that the alternative was I could have grown up in a third world country. And because of that, I've always taken massive action. But at the same time, you don't want to just be taking a lot of action. You don't want to just be launching one campaign, launching another campaign, trying to run them both at the same time, because you're just going to burn out, and you're really just going to split your resources and split your attention between these 2 separate campaigns. The second version of this question would be, okay, so if I'm not going to do 2 campaigns, should I just focus on one campaign? The answer to that, if it's a single product in a single category, is yes. If you have, you're an individual and you're trying to launch a campaign, you could, for example, focus maybe 30 days doing a Kickstarter campaign, and then you could transition that campaign to Indiegogo in demand. You could raise money for a further 30 days, and then maybe in the future, you could do something like an equity crowdfunding campaign on WeFunder, or you could do a Patreon campaign and get people as a part of your Patreon community. So these do work, but they typically work best one done after another, specifically if you are a beginner. And I've seen it done successfully many times. I have tons of examples on the podcast as well of people who have done a successful Kickstarter, done a successful in demand, gone into Patreon and gotten subscribers that way, and launched a WeFunder campaign. So this is completely possible. Go and listen to the archives of my show. Many people have done this before. Want to take all the stress out of fulfilling your Kickstarter rewards? Fulfillment is the turnkey solution that puts product delivery on autopilot. The Top Campaigns uses trusted high-tech provider to store, package, and ship their products. Focus on growing your business. Leave shipping to the experts. Don't wait. Get a custom quote from Fulfillment today. Link in the description. The next part to this question is for someone who's a little bit more advanced. And by advanced, I mean you're good at marketing. So you know what you're doing when it comes to online or digital marketing. If you do know what you're doing when it comes to online or digital marketing, you still should not launch two similar products or two same products on two separate platforms at the same time. You should not do that. However, I have seen people who successfully launch one product on one platform and another product, which is in a completely different industry, completely different category, completely different target market on another platform at the same time. Why might you want to do that? Maybe you need to produce a lot of products and do a lot of marketing campaigns within a very short span of time because you want to get out a lot within that year. If that's so, that makes sense. However, at the same time, you really need to have a very well-oiled machine when it comes to that system, and I would not recommend it for the vast majority of people, even if you are a good marketer. The third variation of this question, I'm really trying to attack this at all angles. So if you are enjoying the way that I'm dissecting this and breaking this down, you like the way I do this on my videos, come subscribe to this channel. I put out content pretty much every single week, free content that's designed to help you go from point A to point B faster and really unlock the power of the crowd. So go and hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you do like this video. So the next variation of this question is, okay, can I do, for example, a crowdfunding campaign on a website like Kickstarter, and maybe I also have a nonprofit organization that I'm working with, can I do a nonprofit fundraiser, which is another style of crowdfunding? When it comes to this answer is probably the only one that I would say yes. So if you're trying to do a product launch on Kickstarter or Indiegogo for a physical product or a game or something more creative in nature, you can do that. And if you wanted to, let's just say you also are running a charity, you also have a nonprofit arm to your company or something like that, you could then also run a nonprofit crowdfunding campaign because they're very different. They're not going to intersect in any single way. And also the teams that are running those two individual campaigns are likely different as well. So you have a team for each individual launch effort, right? And they're operating independently with their own KPIs, with their own strategy, with their own tactics and techniques, their own budgets. In that case, that'd be a much larger organization who's probably running that kind of campaign. Or for example, you could be doing a Kickstarter and have a team just around that and be doing a WeFunder and have a team just around that that's actually raising money, investment capital from the crowd. You could do that, but you have to have separate teams and you probably have a larger organization at that point in time. Now, I know that this probably is more complicated than it needs to be, and I kind of agree with you. You know, the reason why I talk about demystifying crowdfunding is that it's just, gosh darn, such a big mystery, right? And there's so many facets to the problem of raising money and how do you get strangers to back your campaign, get a product really being built from scratch and building a brand from nothing. There's so many missing pieces to the equation, so many missing puzzle pieces, and so much mystery around this. So one of the reasons why I started my blog, CrowdCrux, back in the day was to address this. Same with the YouTube channel, same with the podcast. But at the same time, you don't get that kind of personalized attention when it comes to your unique case, your unique budget, your goals, what you're trying to achieve, etc. So if you really want something that's a little bit more specialized, a little bit more tailored directly to you, not only to get some of those, esoteric questions answered, but also have a complete review of all of your assets to give you feedback every step of the way, to set you up with a step-by-step launch plan so you can actually smash through your goal, whether that's on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or another platform. If you're interested in getting that and you want to talk with me personally, you can book an individual one-on-one coaching call with me below. If you want to book an intensive coaching call with me, all you got to do is go to the link below, fill out my little form, tell me a little bit more about what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to achieve, tell me more about what's worked for you maybe in the past and some of your goals there. and we can get that call scheduled ASAP. I have so many students who have done these calls. I've been able to make even just a little bit of a correction in their path, and it's had a massive output when it comes to helping them raise tens of thousands of dollars online, or in some cases, helping someone so they're not splurging money and wasting money on marketing, where they're really wasting thousands of dollars on things that are not meant to work. So this is certainly an investment, but if you're ready for that investment, go and check out that link down below. Even if you're watching this video at a future point in time, this is a great time and a great chance to fill out that form so you can get that call scheduled ASAP, and that way we can really light a fire underneath this launch and make it well worth your time. I hope you liked this video and you've been enjoying some of my content. Again, hit that subscribe button so that way you get more notifications whenever I come out with a new video. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that this is worth your time and that you enjoyed it. And I hope you take and you really plow through some of those obstacles this week and you take some real clear-cut actions towards your goals. And thank you so much for as well tuning in, and I hope that you enjoyed this video.